So today I'm super excited to be checking out this new tire inflator by VEVOR. I was sent this at no cost so I could do the review, but I'm very excited to check this thing out because this is no regular tire inflator. This thing's a monster. So let me get it out of the box, show you everything that it comes with, put it together, and then go try this thing out. All right, so here it is, out of the box. This is the monster. So I currently have a portable high volume air compressor, sort of like this one, that I carry with me because my truck's tires are so large that those little cheaper 12 volt, tire inflators or compressors just don't do very good. I've even melted them trying to get my tires aired up. But my high volume, pretty expensive portable air compressor is 2 CFM. That's the high volume. This one is 7 CFM. So you want to talk about airing up a tire quickly? This thing is going to be probably pretty crazy. I mean, it's going to probably air up a large tire very fast. And that is usually what I need because there's my truck. It's got 37-inch tires on it. Those are some of the smaller tires I have. I've got a medium duty farm truck that has 48-inch tires on it. I've got dump trucks and other heavy duty equipment. They take a lot of pressure and a lot of volume, and it takes me forever to fill them up. So this should solve all those problems. We're going to test it out and see how fast this thing goes. I'm going to test it out on my 37-inch tires and my 48-inch tires. But specifics on this, love the fact that it has a detachable hose. It's another thing that kind of drives me crazy on other portable air compressors is, the cheapy ones, yeah, they don't detach, but even the high volume ones, they won't have a detachable hose. This lets you use it in many different ways. You could put a tank in between it. You could replace the hose if it goes bad. I mean, it just gives you that much more flexibility instead of having a hose that's always connected. Plus, it breaks down and goes into a bag easier. It's got your on and off switch here. It's, built pretty well. It's not real heavy. I mean, it's just not much bigger than my other high flow compressor. It does have rubber feet on it, which is awesome. So when you sit it on cement, you don't have to listen to this like concrete breaking vibration. So that's pretty cool. It comes with nice heavy gauge alligator clips for a battery, because something like this is not going to run off of a little 12 volt accessory plug. This is going to pull too much power for just one of those little plugs, so this is going to need to be hooked up to a battery directly. It does also have a breaker here, so if for some reason this thing's getting hot or it's building up a lot of pressure and it's just pulling more ampage than it should be at the time, it could trip this here, and it doesn't have to blow out fuses or nothing. You can just, press the breaker button. It comes with another valve stem, connector. This one's one of those like locking valve stems that's like a quick connect, and then you would screw it on here. And the reason it comes with that is because it comes with this hose that has these new type of just screw on valve stem connectors. I love these because they stay on. You don't have to worry about them falling off like those old rubberized ones that had a little flip switch on it. These are way better. This comes with an inline gauge with a protective cap. Oh my goodness, I have broken so many gauges. It's crazy. So the fact that it comes with this protective cap just goes on top of it, and then now you've got this nice gauge here. So very cool. I love that because, like I said, I have my other high flow compressor that I do have one of these gauges in it. It's cracked. The lens is busted already because of just putting it back and forth in the bag. And then of course it's got the connector here with the rubber sleeves over it because these hoses and these little connectors can get pretty warm. So it's nice that it's insulated. It does come with this little bag of, like for floats, if you're wanting to air up a float or if you're wanting to air up like a sports bar or something, it comes with those also. Of course, the manual that you see here, it also comes with a storage bag where you can pack all of this inside of it. Fits in here just fine. You could actually probably put more stuff in this bag with it, but everything fits back in this bag real fine. We could store it with this with no problem. Now I do have a little 12 volt lithium battery that I usually have around with me to run 12 volt power tools or whatever that I'm running. So I'm going to just hook it up to this while I'm airing up the tires. But yeah, super excited to test this thing out. Let's do it. And if it's not already cool enough, look at the length of that air hose. I mean, that is what, 25, 30 feet. I need, probably says in the specs, I didn't look at that, but that is a very nice long air hose. All right, so I've got this hooked up to one of my tires. These are 37-inch tires. They're 37 by 12 and a half on 20s. And if you see here, it says I got 59 to 60 PSI. I've tested that with multiple tire gauges and they've all been within 1 PSI. So I do believe this is a pretty accurate pressure gauge. So I'm going to go ahead and put 5 PSI in here and see how long that takes. That's crazy. This would take 5 times that long with my other compressor. And that's a high volume compressor. You would do this with one of those little plastic ones that you get for car tires. You might melt it before it gets 5 PSI in these tires. So that is awesome. Now the 48-inch tires, I have to air those up with my big 40-gallon compressor, and I think it does 2.5 or 3 CFM. So it takes forever still to air those up. Let's go see how long it takes this to do it. Now these are my 14R20s. They are 48.6 or something like that in height. I mean, these are massive tires that take tons of air, and even the high flow compressor that I already had didn't do anything for these. I had to always air these up with my big air compressor, and it takes forever to air these up if they're low on air. So now I'm going to try this high flow compressor to see if I can add 5 PSI to the tire, which, no joke, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes of waiting on a compressor sometimes to get that extra 5 PSI. It's just ridiculous. So let's see. And it's about 54 PSI. Let's see what it takes to get to 60. I'm going to hit the switch. Wow. Look at that. We're talking about 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes it looks like, to air that up about 6 PSI. I absolutely have my new favorite high flow portable air compressor. If you have large tires on any of your vehicles, man, this thing is a monster. I hope this information was helpful. Thank y'all very much for watching. Take care.